Good morning. We're back in Middle Earth, and as you can see, for the first time ever, Miss Medriel is wearing something a little different. Because she got her kindred with Lothlorien, and now she has what appears to be proper Runekeeper robes. Let's take a look at her. She's looking properly magical. And what was that? That is the Lothlorien Fancy Robe. And I got that with some of the branches that I collected from doing all those rep quests. She also finally has her prized Galadhon horse, so let's take a look at that. Pretty basic. Very nice, either white or light gray horse with a simple saddle blanket and saddle, bridle. Actually looks very nice. And it matches her robe. Now, we have not done the reputation quest inside Caras Galadhon. And I'm wondering if I should do that now or wait. You know, we're here. Why don't we do that today? Or at least start doing it. And while we're doing it, we can talk about the pre-purchase for Before the Shadow.
Greetings. If you have a moment, I have need of your assistance.
Welcome, Medriel, to Caras Galadhon, beloved city of Lord Celeborn and Lady Galadriel of Lothlorien. Count yourself among the fortunate few, friend Runekeeper, for not many outsiders have seen the beauty of this place, and could report of it. What make you of Caras Galadhon thus far? You wonder how you will find your way among the tall malorn trees? It is not as confusing as it may seem at first, my friend, and I will help you learn your way around. To reach Tulane Galadrim, the flat upon which the trainers reside, follow this path to the west, and take the first right turning. Follow that path to my friend Rendiron, who will guide you further. Alright, so, not that we don't already know where it's at. We've been there a few times already. Still, we'll humor her. Now, we can pre-purchase the Before the Shadow mini expansion pack. And depending on which version you want to get, well, let's just say it goes from being somewhat affordable to what were they thinking? So we'll start with the somewhat affordable after we talk to this guy.
Welcome to Lothlorien.
When Trevadiel heard there would be another visitor to Caras Galadhon, she hurried to the entrance with all haste. She delights in greeting those unfamiliar to the city, and there are so very few of those that she rarely has the opportunity. Look above us, and you will see Tulane Galadrim, a series of flats upon which elves of the many professions can be consulted for guidance and services. Climb the steps that wind up the bole of the tree here to reach the talon, upon which the class trainers reside. You will find Rainan on the flat above, and she will continue your tour of the city. Alright, so climbing. So we have the standard edition of Before the Shadow, which you will get, well, the Before the Shadow content and an elf dance emote, which I'm wondering what that's going to look like. But it is $19.99. And I'll be honest, out of all the packs, if I were to pre-purchase, that would probably be the one I would get, because basically all I need is the content itself, and the emote's a nice aside. I need to find Rainan, which is right over here.
A shadow falls beyond Lothlorien, against which we must be prepared.
The orcs of Moria are a matter of great concern, Medriel, and we need to be prepared for the attack that is surely coming. Pick up a crate from the stack and carry it to site Salfind at the entrance to the city, but be careful, for you will not be able to climb any ladders while you are carrying the crate. Okay, so we have to climb back down with the crate. And while we have already finished our rep, we can use this to at least get more leaves and branches to spend on anything else we might choose to get. Although it would be nice if she could get a house, but we'll talk about that a little later. Alright, so we have a collector's edition for Before the Shadow, and it includes the content, an extra character slot, improved expedition supplies, Valiant Armor of the Dunedain, Valiant Steed of the Dunedain and War Steed Cosmetics, a Heron pet. Heron is in the bird, and it says more bonus items, which it does not list in this particular short list. And while there are one or two nice bonuses, I was going the right way. It's not enough for me to want to spend $60 on it. So, ouch. Thank you for the supplies.
Servants of the enemy cannot pass the bounds of Lorien.
Thank you for bringing those supplies here, Medriel. We will now be better prepared to stand against the orcs. And of course, he has a quest
Carry a moment and speak with me.
to collect battle plans. And that's just killing orcs and stuff. But yeah, there's that one, which actually is easy to do. There
Will
is...
you aid the Galadhon?
This one is... It says defeat orcs and goblins within the dungeons of Moria. So you would have to be doing the instances, the Fortress of Khazad-dûm, the Forgotten Treasury, the Grand Stair, or the 16th Hall. So not so easy to do solo.
We cannot wait for the darkness to abate.
And this one can also be done solo, which it's picking up a crate and carrying it over to the Talons near the Ark Camp. So these
Those
are...
who have grown weary of battle flee
This
to the
one
havens.
and this one provide branches. Right, so let's look around the Talons, because there's quite a few in here, and I don't even remember how many I have found so far. Oh, we need to talk to Rainan again. Okay. While we're doing that, let's see. Wander of the Golden Wood. We still have 2 places to find in the Golden Wood. Oh, we still have several Talons to find too. Ah, this is the one we want. So we still have 5 spots to find in here as well. So we actually still have deeds left in Lothlorien. And finally, for this pre-order, we have the Ultimate Fan Bundle. Before the Shadow content, extra shared bank storage, extra character slot, Flowing Silver Stone of the Tortoise, which I have no idea what that is. Ultimate Expedition supplies Valiant Armor of the Dunedain, Valiant Steed of the Dunedain and War Steed, Tome of the Loyal Turtle, Armor of Flowing Silver, Elk of Flowing Silver and Warsteed, Elven Star's Weapon Aura, Ultimate Carry All Selection Box, and more bonuses. But OMG, it costs $100. Are you even serious? No, no, I don't care what you shoved in the bundle. It ain't worth $100. So, that is my opinion of that. Here's Rainan.
What business have you with the Lord and Lady?
Many of the services you might need in Caras Galadhon can be found here at Caras Galadhon. On this level, you'll find the class trainers, a vault keeper, and our hall of trade. If you cross the flat to the ladder on the far side and climb the ladder there, you will find a mailbox for your use. On that level, you will find vendors for the scholarly and jewelsmithy pursuit, as well as a healer and provisioner. But for now, climb this ladder here to reach the next level and speak with Padril on the level above. Alright. You must be Padril.
Welcome to Lothlorien.
On this high flat of Caras Galadhon, you will find those of my kin entrusted with the rewarding of valuable items to those who have proven themselves true friends of the elves of Lorien. Bring any Lothlorien gold leaves or silver branches to the elves on this flat for your rewards. I hope you will enjoy your stay in Caras Galadhon, Medriel, and that you will be a valuable contributor to the good welfare of Lothlorien. Namare. And of course, we have our reward vendors.
Pass the bounds of Lorien.
And there's some nice things. Some housing items she has. Some woodworker recipes, which we're not a woodworker. Pine green wall paint. Snowy Peaks theme, which of course is the ambient music you put in your housing. Well, like I said, she doesn't have any housing. She can't get a regular house because, well, that's already been done by another character on this account. I could get her a premium house, but unfortunately, the options for premium houses are Gondorian, Rohirrim, and was it Gundabad? So Dwarven. None of those would suit her. We'll see. And not to mention, they're quite expensive. So even though I do have quite a bit of LOTRO points saved up, I'm not sure I'd have enough to get her even the most basic of premium houses.
May the stars of Elbereth shine upon you.
So we have some Lorien rally horns, which it says this ornate horn can be used to call a member of your fellowship to your side. So you can actually use these to summon people. But each of them costs 20 branches and a gold leaf. And you get 2 of them for each time. Obviously, we're not getting any because, well, we don't have anybody to call by our side. Lothlorien Survival Guide. On use, escape 15% run speed. Guide is filled with helpful tips on how to escape dangerous situations. Sometimes the best option is to run. So I guess it helps you get away from stuff. Earring of the Golden Wood. Agility. Will, Fate. Critical rating, maximum power, and resistance rating. So there's a ring that goes with that, which I don't see in here. But if you had both pieces, You would get deadly aim and plus 5% range critical chance. That sounds like it's definitely a hunter thing. Maybe a warden. Ring of Caras Galadhon, might, parry, maximum morale, agility, resistance. 2 different items equipped. You get lethal strikes and melee damage. Definitely something for Guardian, more likely Champion, maybe the Captain. Dream Flower, resistance rating, vitality, maximum power, fate, and agility. And this one, if you had ring and earring, you would get Lothlorien knowledge, which is 15% all skill inductions. So that would definitely be useful for your Runekeeper, your Lore Master, your Minstrel. Wristlet of Lothlorien. Lothlorien. And 2 pieces of that. You would get an outgoing healing modifier. So Runekeepers and Minstrels that are spec'd for healing. Protector's Locket. Has a lot, okay, vitality, physical mitigation, resistance rating, block, parry, and evade. On use, Protector's Reproach. On any damage, reflect 100 damage. Now, I know this is probably more for a, not champion, guardian. This is definitely a guardian thing. But you would have to have the monocle and the locket. And, of course, our prized Galadhon steed, which we already have. And that costs 30 gold leaves and 50 branches.
The orcs of Moria stir, and shadows creep up from the depths.
And he has a variety of tailor recipes. But yeah, I'd have to have Supreme Tailor to make this stuff. This has actually pretty good stats on it. I should get... I don't think she does tailoring, does she? No. Jeweler, prospector, cook, so she can't make it. Field bandages restore 50% of maximum morale, but it has a 5-minute cooldown. Bandage can be used in the Battle of Lorien to restore the morale of a Lorien soldier. So that is actually an instance item. That's also an instance item to be used in the Battle of Lorien. Again, Battle of Lorien. Yeah, these are all for one of the instances. This lining can be used in some armor recipes to improve the quality of the finished product. I did not even know that was a thing. Okay. So yeah, tailoring stuff and some instance items.
What news from abroad?
Wildlife of Middle-earth tomes. On use. And it decreases your... Wow, what? Negative 679 to physical resist, negative 679 to tactical resist, negative 679 to cry resist, negative 679 to song resist. Oh, it must be the mob that gets, I'm assuming. This excerpt from an ancient tome has detailed information on inhabitants of Middle-earth. Tinder boxes. This tinderbox has enough materials in it to create a single campfire in the wild, increasing morale and power recovery, and enabling some crafting skills. This campfire will last for 2 minutes. So you buy these, and you can set a campfire in the wild if you really need it to recover, to craft if you need it to, probably cooking mainly, I'm sure, but it only lasts 2 minutes. And you get 2 tinder boxes for 1 gold leaf and 20 branches. And she has the other pieces of the jewelry sets. Inscription of benefits. Barring passive skill Lothlorien discount. When used, the scroll grants a permanent 10% discount at all vendors in Lothlorien. But that costs 25 gold leaves and 50 branches. Kind of pricey. And speaking of pricey, let's talk to this final. Oh, and she will still not talk to me. Why are you not going to talk to me? You must have had something that is no longer relevant. Like, I bet you she had legendary items. Alright, so those are all the barterers. Here, there are a couple barterers elsewhere. But we are looking now for not only some talons, but some of these quests here. Now, speaking of pricey, that $100, I've opened up the expanded view of this list. So we get the Before the Shadow content, additional character slot, 10 additional slots of shared storage, improved expedition supply box, an ultimate expedition supply box, armor of flowing silver outfit and cloak, elk of flowing silver mountain and war steed appearance, valiant armor of the Dunedain cosmetic outfit and cloak, valiant steed of the Dunedain and war steed appearance, housing teleporter, which I still don't know what that is, 2 titles, Before the Shadow and From the First Page, a cosmetic pet heron, Tome of the Loyal Turtle, monster skins, Elven Stars cosmetic weapon aura, dressage emote, and elf dance emote. And whatever that Stone of the Tortoise thing was. But $100. Ouch. No. Nobody can afford that right now. Okay, maybe a few people. But not as many people as you think. So for the mid-tier one, which was what, $60? Which is still ouch. You get the content, you get the character slot. You get the expedition supply box, the improved expedition supply box. You get the valiant armor of the Dunedain, the valiant steed of the Dunedain. You get the From the First Page title. You get the pet heron, and you get the elf dance emote. So there's a lot of things in the ultimate fan bundle that you don't even get with the mid-tier one. And of course, if you just spend $20, you get the content and the elf dance emote. I still want to know what this tortoise stone is all about. The flowing tortoise stone. Is that something you can pass between characters? Is it something that gets its own slot instead of slotting in your pocket item? I don't know. But I'm not going to spend $100 to find out. So, yeah. And it looks like this elf would like to speak to us.
Tarry a moment and speak with me.
Megovanen Medriel, how are you enjoying your stay in Caras Galadhon? Astarion appears distracted and distant as you give your response. After a moment, she apologizes. I am sorry, my friend. I was writing a letter to Brucheron's brother, Rilhathel, but a sudden gust of wind grabbed the pages and has carried them from the split out across the city. There were 5 pages, and some of what I was writing could be considered very private, a matter not for the accidental viewing of others. If you can recover the pages of my letter from the surroundings, I would be most grateful. So she's lost some pages of a love letter, and they're floating all over the city, and we need to find them. Oh, fun. Now, I only vaguely remember this quest. And if I remember right, it's going to take us all over the place. Because I don't remember exactly where these letters are. All I know is that they're floating in the air. Kind of like the anniversary invitation letters, if I remember right. But it'll give us a chance to do a little exploring. And there are plenty of other quests in here. Like I said, it's a good way to get reputation if you're not finished with your reputation. If you have finished with your reputation, it's a good way to get a few golden leaves. Because I believe some, if not all of these quests provide golden leaves. I'm still, like, flabbergasted at the cost of the Ultimate Fan Bundle. And you know what? Be honest, I'm sure there will be people that will pay it. And yes, they need money to keep the game going. But ouch, it's expensive. And with the way things are, I don't know how many people actually have that kind of money to spend.
Will you aid the Galadhon?
Lord Celeborn and Lady Galadriel have ruled in Lothlorien for countless years, but they were not the first masters of the Golden Wood. You can hear the tale of Amroth and Nimrodel from others, but know that it is a sad song and does not end as you might wish. Amroth sailed into the sea without his beloved and never returned, but every year my family travels to the circular dock that extends into the Celebrant so we can look into the distance for Amroth, though his ship sailed from Edelon in the far south. This tradition allows us to feel closer to our forebears, and I would like for you to experience that connection as well. Take a moment to remember Amroth of Lorien, Medriel, for those who have gone before should not be forgotten. So that's going to take us out. I can't remember if it takes us out or if it's here in the city. Let's find out. Yep, it's going to take us out to the vineyards. Okay, I thought it did. Is there anything else here? I don't think so. I think his was the only one here. This, like I said, this is going to take us all over the place. We will get to explore quite a few of the flats, which will be good for finishing the deed. Alright, so that's that. I believe this is just going to take us back up there. Where we were just at. Yep. And that will take us where we were just at too. Okay. So both of those ladders go to the same place. Nice lantern. There are some pretty little things here in Caras Galadhon, even if it's not my favorite elven place. Things like this nice, I guess, gauzy looking tent, which would be the perfect place to relax and enjoy a nice summer day. Maybe keep out some of the bugs that might bother you. I imagine even in Lothlorien they have to deal with flying insects. This is a big one. Probably for several elves hanging out together. You have discovered Tulane Melfin. So we have now marked off another one of the talons from our list. So far I've not seen a single one of the a single one of these pages that's floating around. Apparently I'm in the wrong place for it too. Very pretty. I don't think there's any quest in here. But it's very pretty and we needed it for the deed. Alright, so down we go. This one's very large. Whoa, wait a second. This goes up. Maybe there's something up here. You can tell I don't do these much. Rest well, you will not find such comfort for many leagues in any direction. Kind of wish they sold that dress here. Although I think maybe we have a similar dress now. Boop. Ouch. That was not the brightest move ever. Yeah. Again? Okay. Can we do this without falling? Okay, nothing there. I got this one here with the tree branches cutting through it. I remember this one. Kind of annoying to have to... You have discovered Tulane Bengad. All that trouble for that. Oh, but there's another ladder. And somebody else to talk to.
Sweet Lightrondir, stay a moment and speak with me.
Watching the gates of Caras Galadhon is hungry work, Medriel, and too often a thankless task. I have prepared packets of limbus for you to bring to guards at the various gates within the city, to Lostirith at the gate of the garden of Lady Galadriel, and to Menathang at the entrance of the city. I hope the limbus will restore the strength of the guards and tell them their service is appreciated by all of us. So now we found, what, at least 3 quests so far. These are some huge talons. I mean, oh, and we found a page. Alright, so we've collected our first windblown page, and it was actually not floating around like I thought it would be. Oh, and another one. But on the ground, which means they're stationary and I should be able to find them. I don't know which way to go. Well, we can go down and see what's down here. The ground. Okay, go back up. Go up. And this is where we were. Okay. Now. Elves just hanging out everywhere, huh? So we got that. I don't think we need to be up here again. But we'll take a quick peek. I mean, we did find 2 pages here. Up. The 3rd page. Don't think there's gonna be another one. Could be, though. Let's try not to fall to our death. That would be really good. Boy, that'll make you dizzy. I'll check here. I'll check up here one last time to make sure I didn't miss considering it's all leafy and stuff. Okay, it does not look like I missed a page. Alright. We barely even scratched the surface of the rep quest in here. Which way am I going? Oh. Where? I know it's going to be up in one of the tailends, but where? We were just here. You know what? I'm not going to mess with you right now. There's one there. I guess I will eventually find it. We want to continue on this way. I don't even think we're going to pick up all the quests this time. Okay, that was the ladder I went up to get up there for all that mess. There's another spot to sit and relax. That one's a lot more open. As you could see that this city has a lot of spots for sitting. There's a ladder. Have we been here? Apparently we have. But there's a quest here. This is... Kuban?
Troubles lie on all borders of Lothlorien. Will you aid us?
Do you have a moment, Medriel? I'm a Fletcher, and it is my duty to fashion arrows for the quivers of the Galadhon. I have done this for many years, and my shaft has been the doom of many an orc, but I recently finished an arrow different from all the rest. My friend, Fangris, with whom I learned the craft of bow making and arrow fletching, was recently slain by a company of orcs that came down from the Misty Mountains. When the short pain of grief lessened somewhat, I set to making an arrow of such bite that it could kill a marching line of orcs with one shot when fired from a quality bow. This arrow, in memory of Fangris, may be some small comfort to his widow, Nurlith. Bring it to her that she may see that the orcs will pay for his death. She can be found on Tulane Gloraloth, where the flet extends over the encircling hedge. I think we were already there. It would help if some of these branches were not in the way. Like up here, where you can barely see as soon as you get up. But we are double checking to make sure there aren't any pages up here. Don't seem to be. And if I remember right, if you're not careful, you can actually fall down those holes to your death too. Which doesn't make a lot of sense, but it's a thing. So, be warned. All right. Now which way are we headed? Oh, you have a quest for me.
The free peoples muster their strength, but so too do the allies of Mordor.
You know the Grey Pilgrim, Medriel, did you not? He was known by many names, traveling to and fro as he did, but to us in Lorien he was called Mithrandir. News came lately that he had fallen to the Shadow Moria. His travels now are ended. These three behind me sing now a lament for him, but the words cannot fully express the sorrow that descends even into Lorien at his passing. We will need time to mourn, but there is little time left to us in this Middle Earth. We will take our grief across the sea. If you have words of comfort, save them for Lothlorien, who watches the gate to the garden of Lady Galadhon. He has taken the fall of Mithrandir very much to heart, and I have heard that his grief has made him act strangely. Follow the path south to speak with Lothlorien. And I think we're definitely missing a couple more quests, because I vaguely recall one involving some pipeweed and a shrew. Up, and here is Lothlorien.
Be wary, traveler. Orcs have come down from the mountains.
Thank you for this, Medjur. I will enjoy this limbus tremendously as the hours pass.
What news from abroad?
Mithrandir meant so much to all of us, Medjur, and his passing brings with it a measure of grief I did not even think to feel. But it is not sorrow that fills me with these confusing thoughts. Nay, it is something else. A dream I have dreamed these past 3 nights, and I have no reason to believe I will not have it again this night. I dreamed I stood within golden leaves high atop a flat, and as I stared through a break in the trees I saw a great eagle in the northeast sky, and I heard the voice of Mithrandir, but I could not make out the words. There is such a place here in Caras Galadhon, Medjur. The leaves grow close over the edge of one of the flats of Telan Nedwil, northwest of here. Stand there and look, and perhaps you will see something of Mithrandir. So, we've actually managed to tick off 2 more of the spots we needed for the deed in doing all of this. And pick up a bunch of quests. But like I said, we are still missing a couple. And I'll be honest, if you're getting your wrap and you can go into the city, it is much easier to do it this way than having to do dailies over and over again. It'll at least definitely cut down on having to do them. And of course, we're back at the front gate. But we did need to bring this one some food.
Hail, what brings you to Lorien?
Thank you very much for this limbus, Medjur. Sometimes the hours pass in tedium, and it will give me the strength to maintain my vigil without complaint. So that one's done. And I think we are going to pick up on these next time. But until then, bye for now.